So now we're going to take a look at some other options that may come up when uploading additional parts to your SOLIDWORKS Cell project. Let's take a look at the option for create individual parts. Now, a little disclaimer here, this is not the way that I would upload these components. I would do it similar to how we did it in the earlier videos, one component per group. However, I just wanted to take an opportunity to explain to you what create individual parts does. So I'm going to choose new group. I'm going to choose these 1, 2, 3 components. I'm going to double check my resolution down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to choose to publish those 3 components to one group. I hit the green check mark, and the components are published. Now I'm going to return to my online project manager. I'm going to click refresh on my web browser, and I'm going to see that 3 new parts have been uploaded: the rear speaker jack cover, the red tab, and the black tab. However, when I go to groups, I can see that one single group was created of these 3 components, and this is not what we want. The way groups are intended to be used would be that I've got a speaker jack cover size 1, speaker jack cover size 2, and speaker jack cover size 3, depending on what the customer is looking for. So what I'm going to do is remove this part from the group, remove this part from the group, and I'm going to make a new group. This is going to be called red tab. And the red tab is going to be this first component. I'm going to make a new group, and this group is going to be called black tab. And the black tab is going to contain the black tab here. So that's just a little bit of background about what these 2 options do. Merge into single part. So when I uploaded the 4 screws, they became one single part in the SOLIDWORKS Cell project manager, versus create individual parts. Now when we do create individual parts, you're going to get multiple parts in one group, and so the only time you would really want that would be if you had an assembly with the speaker panel jack size 1, size 2, and size 3 all resolved in the assembly. Then you could just pick size 1, size 2, size 3, upload them together, and then you would get a group in the SOLIDWORKS Cell manager of those 3 different sizes. Now in the SOLIDWORKS Cell project manager, we need to go through and assign our materials and assign our group settings here. So for this first group, which is the rear panel jack, I'm going to say set materials. I'm going to go to my plastic material group. I'm going to choose maybe a textured plastic here. I'm going to examine my UV coordinate settings. I'll set it to something that I think might work. Let's say I make this maybe 50 by 50. Kind of zoom in there a bit. Yeah, that looks good. That's got a nice texture to it. I think that looks really good. I'm going to go to my option for group type, and I'm going to set this to connection because I don't want this group name to show up in my assembly. I'm going to go to the red tab. I'm going to say set materials, and I'm just going to make this a nice red plastic. And I'm going to go to my black tab and do the same thing, set materials, make this a nice black plastic. And I'm going to set both of these to connection as well. And then I'm going to go to my assembly tab, and I'm going to go to groups here, and I'm going to add these groups to my assembly. Now, if I had uploaded all of the components on the first upload, which is what I would normally do, I wouldn't have to reassemble these here. I would just, the components would just automatically be in place. But I think that's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to make a couple of quick adjustments to my scene. I'm going to turn off the reflection on the floor, and I'm going to maybe change my minimum distance factor here to something like 0.5, just so that I can get in there a little bit closer when I'm zooming in. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm liking that texture on the back. Maybe I want to take a look at this thing in the web preview, so I click the little preview button here. And we've got the wood panels, which we can change, and we've got the speaker panel, which we can change. And the other components are there. They've got their own individual materials assigned. You can see the nice texturing there on the speaker jack cover. However, they are not showing up as names down below because the customer cannot change their properties. The screws, the customer cannot change their properties. Alright, well in the next video we're going to return to SOLIDWORKS and upload the remaining components.